Yes. Okay. Good morning. Morning. Rebecca, we'll help you out with that. That's funky. I want to start this with, I got these from Miss Julie Godman for Christmas, and they're so cool. They're like these little motivational cards, and you open them up. And so I started opening them up, and this morning's, I thought it would be really fun to share because, oh, thank you, Vicki. I don't know where he's at. He's around here somewhere. It says, everything is always impossible before it works. And I just loved that because I know sometimes when we're doing stuff with social media, people get so frustrated and they're like, how am I ever going to learn how to do this? Or this is impossible. Or Jojo, I'm not going to put you on the spot, but Jojo was just messaging me and we were talking back and forth. And she's like, I think my problem is I'm just overthinking this. And I was like, usually that's a lot of people's problem. You're just kind of overthinking it. You think it needs to be more than what it is. And I always say, and I will stick to it until the grave, that confused people will do nothing. And don't put yourself in that spot where you're confused about stuff. Allow this place to be an open forum, our team chat, our team page. If you have questions about things, or if there's something you're just simply overthinking, speak up so that we can help you and you're not feeling so far behind where you're to the point where like, this is impossible. I can't do this. I'm too far behind now. We're all learning and working this together every single day. So especially, when I'm trying to train on things, just know that I'm just keeping up with as much that I can, but I'm learning right next to you about all types of different stuff. I was going through my reels this morning because I was following someone. I'm scrolling out a little bit, sorry. I was following someone and she's in network marketing. She trains people on social media and how to work social selling online. And she was talking about how one of her reels had like 200 views on Instagram, but it's got 200,000 on TikTok. And she's like, always take your content and put them in other places. So then I thought to myself this morning, I'm like, I don't have all my reels on my TikTok. So I need to like do some moving over. And I think that's the coolest part about all of these platforms now doing similar things is we're showing up on more platforms to different audiences with the same content so that you're not feeling so overwhelmed of doing different things. But think about it, 6 months ago when we were talking TikTok, it was just TikToks. You weren't able to do that stuff on Instagram yet. You weren't able to do that stuff on Facebook yet. And now you can create one thing and just push it into all different avenues. So there's one reel I'm going to share with you guys at the end of this training so that I can give you guys a sound and do all that. I think Kristen already did it. She jumped the gun on me, but it's okay. Where is she at? Is she here this morning? I don't see her. Okay, well, she's off the hook then. But other than that, I haven't seen anyone else do it, so that's good. I want to start with and ask, how are the reels going? I want to ask, you can put in the chat or you can raise your hand, or if you want to unmute. If you have any questions about anything, if you were able to do the social selling one last week, Nicole Brown, I see she's here. She like brought the heat. I loved it. Like her energy was sick and I just enjoyed it very thoroughly. So I love, like, always put your own twist. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. I just want to make it easy if you're feeling confused that you can go, okay, I'm just going to do it the exact same way she did. Okay, here. I don't understand them. That's okay, Brittany. We've got don't forget, guys, we have the Hustle and Grow YouTube channel where you can subscribe. Every time you subscribe and we post a new video in there, you will get a notification. You can go back. There's a whole YouTube video on reels that we did. Every single Wednesday that we do these, they go up on the YouTube channel. So you can go back because I know sometimes we're all on different pages. Maybe you need to hear something a little bit different or again to understand it. But also, yes, Brittany, it's just like TikTok. So the most basic thing I can tell you too is if you need basic training, go to YouTube University, just type in Reels Basic, and they'll walk you through how to just start doing one. And literally it's like riding a bike. Once you do it, you can't forget it after that. And then it becomes super simple. I use Mama Val as an example because she showed up a little late to the mastermind and I'd spent like a good 2 hours with everyone teaching them how to do reels. And then I sat behind her, and this is why I stress SEAL training to you all. I sat behind her at lunchtime for about an hour. And within an hour, she had it. Less than an hour. She'd already figured it out. And it was like, bam, bam, bam. After that, she was just posting, because it was that easy. Once you figure it out. And that's why if you're in the area for SEAL training, if we can stand, not even behind you, but with you and just show you on your phone, it makes it so much easier to understand. I want to take a quick picture real quick of everyone. Hey, thanks, friends. Okay. I always love to share that we do these trainings, and I'll post those pictures in the chat too, because I think it's so important to share with people, especially in our industry, that we give you tools and resources on this team, things that I know people in our company alone are always like, I wish I had that. So, okay, I'm not able to do reels. I'm confused. Sound save. Yes, Ashley, go. It's super easy how to save the sounds. We actually did that in the last YouTube, so you can find that there, or the last training that we had done. I haven't done one. Yes, Jojo, you tell them. You're going to get Jojo. Just do them. Okay, so, and Brittany, this is why every single Wednesday, we're going to share a sound with you so that you'll know where to start. And you won't have to go find, I mean, of course you can go find sounds later, but I want to give you a sound every single week at the end of this training that I've already done. So you can just go to my Instagram, click the sound and mimic the exact same reel if you want. I think last week's one was like 4 ways of social selling, but I saw someone else do it a little bit different, which is perfectly fine. And if you see someone else on the team do something similar to that you like, just go grab it. That is the whole point of content creation in a public forum like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, is you're taking other people's ideas, sounds, you're introducing them to your audience because the audiences are different. We all have different audiences. So again, if anyone ever has questions on the reels, if it's something that we can help with here, I don't mean to push you back to our YouTube channel, but if it's something we've done before, it's easier if you can go back and watch them there on your own time so that you can, not disregarding your question, but it does make it a lot easier for you. You can pause, go through it. And again, literally, I can't stress enough. The best thing I can tell you about reels is until you put your hands on it and you start doing it, that's the best way you can understand. And it's literally, for me, it's made my life so much easier now that every platform has the reels. Cause like I did a reel last night, easily shared it on TikTok, easily shared it on Instagram, Facebook, and then woke up this morning. It had way more views on Instagram, but it gained me 10 followers on TikTok. I cannot explain to you guys why this happens, but for me, because I show up on all the platforms, it benefits me in all the ways because I just took one piece of simple content. And I know we talked about this a little bit at the mastermind, but I wanted to share it with you guys here again. Having an accountability person, and what I do basically is I send my stuff to Haas, but having someone that you can send the reels that you like to, so that you can go back. And like a perfect example is my mom. She sends me, like, if you look at how much this woman sends me, but she's like, I'm always sending you content ideas that I see and I love, right? So if you have another person on your team or in this, in this group that you're like, let's just send reels back and forth to each other that we think are cool, or we think that we could do together, or do for our business or a product opportunity. That's the best thing to do. And then like yesterday, for example, I sat down and I had actually showered and gotten ready. I think I recorded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reels in like 5 minutes. Just because I'd gotten ready, I already knew because I had them in Hassa and I's conversation, what I was going to do. And I don't necessarily always have the quirky little captions that I'm going to put on there. Doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes I'll be driving and I'm like, oh, that goes perfect with that, right? So it doesn't always have to be that you have the exact thing that's going on, but maybe you're just feeling yourself and you feel good today and you feel like you look good today. Or you have, you're at work and you want to record it with a coworker. You can put in all the words and stuff later. Just save it to your drafts. It's very simple. Don't overcomplicate it for yourself. That's the best tip I can give you, is really don't overcomplicate it. I've found, and not to be funny, but the ones that I don't overcomplicate and that are so like, I think are not even funny or maybe even not like as good as I would think, those are always the ones that like shoot up to a couple thousand views. And I'm like, what the heck? Like we did one a couple months ago, Zane and I dancing in Jessica's kitchen. I woke up and it had like 10,000 views. And I was just like, I thought that was dumb, but it was fun, right? So don't overcomplicate it. I do want to talk a little bit of today before we get into the reel that I'll introduce you to for the week, is a little bit about selling. And notice what I did there, selling on social media, because we have a sale going on right now. And I wanted to talk a little bit about some ideas that you can use to be not so salesy, but at the same time selling on social media and not being scared to sell on social media. And don't forget tonight, I just want to remind you what we have everybody here at 7 p.m. We're going to do this once a month where we do batch content creation together. And I haven't figured out, I'm really excited about that for you guys, because I know a lot of people struggle with what to post, how to post it, that kind of stuff. I'm going to do my best to make it as easy as possible. But what I'm going to do is give you guys 30 days of content creation once a month. So when those drop, of course, they'll be on the YouTube channel. But if you're live on the Zoom with us, it's going to be so much easier for you to comprehend everything, to ask questions if you have them. So shoot that out to your team, set your reminders in your phone right now. It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. We'll be right back here on the same Zoom doing that. So I'm excited about that because it helps me too. I know a lot of people all the time, like, how do you get things posted up? And what are you thinking? And like, even today for selling on social media, I don't know when a sale is coming, but because I'm always creating batched content, I'm ready for when something drops. And one thing that I used this last time, because obviously I had no idea the sale was coming, right? But I knew that the first time or anytime they do this sale of $25 or $30, I do kind of like a gift card promotion on my social media. I'm always promoting the gift card aspect. I don't know, it's appealing to me. I like it because, like, you know, if Kohl's sends you $10 in Kohl's cash and you don't need anything, don't lie to me. You go spend $10 at Kohl's. I do it. It's usually more than that, but it's like a $10 coupon. I can't let it go. I've got to use it, right? So what you can do, just a little pro tip on something I did, is if you go to your profile on Facebook, and this is why I stress so much to create content, because it will help you in all avenues of life. In the future too, especially what you do right now for your business is not only going to help you next week, next month, it's going to help you in the next 6 months, the next year, the next 2 years. So if you go to your profile and you were looking at your profile, like from the outside in, and you click those 3 dots, and then you click search profile. So this morning I typed in sculpt because I knew I wanted to do something about sculpt today to talk about the $25 off. When I searched sculpt, every single post I've ever made on my Facebook came up about sculpt. So then I could go through. And so like today I did this, ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for, $5 sculpt, right? The reason I used that post was because last time I posted it, I had 84 comments of people who wanted to try it. And not only that, right, is I'm going to go back today to that post with the 84 comments and message all of the people who never ordered, but also the people who did order, and follow back up with them and see, maybe they stopped ordering. Maybe they want to try something else. I'm going to go back to all of those comments. So you can go back. So even if you haven't, if you're brand new to the business and you've never posted about sculpt or about anything about this promo, right? Start posting this stuff now so that when the next promo drops, you can always create something with your old content that worked really well for you. For me too, you guys are, like I've said a million times, I'll say till I'm blue in the face. If I ever post something, or Haas, I know Jess too, we ever post anything that you like, take it, make it your own, and use it on your page. We all have different audiences, so it doesn't bother me. But for the next 5 days, I'm going to be posting similar things as such. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
While we're on this subject, just because you and I talked about it last night, does anybody remember how to go view all of your old stories? I was going to ask it in the chat this morning, but there was too much stuff in the chat. I figured I'd ask on here. Does anybody remember how to do that?
I don't know why I just clicked something on.
I've looked all over and I can't figure it out, but I know that it's on there. I know you can go look at your old stories.
I think I found it. So I found it. Okay. So when you're in the three dots, click archive. It's the second one for me.
Wait, three dots where? Sorry.
Sorry. Go to your page.
Like my own, okay, go to my own profile. Three dots.
Yep, three dots, like we were just doing the search thing. My
Okay.
second one is archive. And then
Ah,
it's got a story archive right there.
thank you. Needed that.
Yes. Which is so good because Jess and I were talking about that yesterday, especially in stories. If you're posting about this promo in stories and people are clicking, yes, they want to try it, right? Or whatever. When you go back to the conversation, you can't see the story. You can just see that so-and-so responded. So this story archive, you can go back and Facebook, and this is why I stress 100% all the time of creating content. You can go back and all your stories are archived. Any story you've ever done is archived. For me, it's going to take me a long time because I post a lot of stories, but you can get so much stuff from just your old content. You're repurposing your old content in that spot. And so I wanted to touch a little bit on something that Jess said in the chat too, posting to contact. And what I mean by that is think about when you're making your post, what is the outcome that you're trying to get? I love you, Jojo. Have you seen that reel? Holy mother forking shirt balls. That's one of my favorite reels. Yeah, you learn something new every day, and that's why we stress hanging out here. I learn something new from you guys too all the time, and I appreciate that. But when you're posting, what is the outcome that you're looking for from your post? Even before you're posting it, okay? I think the belief in what you're posting and the intention is also very important. And I say this politely, but if you think it sucks, it probably does. Or if you think it's not going to get anybody to sign up, it probably doesn't. And sometimes for reasons unknown, you might make a post and for an hour, it gets no likes or no comments. Happens to me, happens to Jess. We were talking about it the other day. Delete it and start over. Post at a different time. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the worst post. It could be that you're shadow banned. It could be any of that stuff. But I think about sometimes when people are making posts, they're just making a post to make a post. There's no intention behind it. They're going, oh crap, I haven't posted about my 3 steps today. Let me grab this promo graphic from the company and just put it on my page and say $25 gift card. And there's no intention behind that. There's no really content creation that made you like think about it for a second. Yes, find the result you are looking for when you post. Exactly, Kristen, I love that. And I think to myself, am I trying to build a brand? Am I trying to sell more products? Am I trying to get people to sign up with this gift card right now? That's my goal, is getting people to sign up with this gift card right now. Because I know if I can get them to try one thing through the Thrive experience, that they'll fall in love with it all. And that's okay, Julie. Thank you for being honest. She said, that's me. I feel like I have to post. And so this is what I was just talking about with Mama Val this morning. She had a bunch of DFTs and she's like, what should I do with these? And I gave her the advice of get creative. Take a picture of you with a single product, right? Especially if you are batch content creating. And I know lots of us here are parents, we work, we're busy. I've got to be honest with you and say, if you want to create good content, get up an hour early, get up and get ready before your kids get ready, go in your bathroom with your ring light, take some pictures, change your shirt. I mean, it can be so quick if you want it to be, and you set out the time to do that. But a post of you holding Sculpt and saying, this is the $5 deal today, or a post of you with your DFTs saying, free pack of DFTs with your order, is going to work so much better than you taking a graphic from the company or from Pinterest and just posting it and having no intention behind it. And I know, that's what I'm saying. I know life gets busy. So sometimes you've got to say, search profile, search when I use Sculpt Blast, search when I talked about balance, because I remember I had a really good picture that went along with it. If you're continuing to add to your network every single day, you're not going to have the same people who saw what you posted last year. You shouldn't. And even if they did, whatever. but you should be adding every single day so that every time you post, like the picture I have is in my old house that I sold months ago. So, but I don't care. I add so many new people. Most people are not going to know that's my old kitchen. They just know that because I just told you that, right? Most people are just paying attention to the, oh, something is $5. Oh, Jess, did you have something you want to share? Sorry.
No, just when you were all done, because this is a little bit off. Well, it's on the topic, but I was asking Sydnee, I just asked that question about story archives for a reason, because I was going through my messenger yesterday, starting to pop out these messages about the $25 off. And I ran across an old message that I sent somebody the last time we did this. Well, it was just a message. When I read the message, I was like, oh my gosh, that's right. I did something in my stories that worked really well last time, and I got a ton of traction off of it, but I couldn't remember what it was. So that's why I was asking about how to go back to my stories. Now, here's another tip. And I learned this from Leah Bowers, and I had no idea for 6.5 years this was in our cloud office. So if you knew this today, years old, good for you. But if you're just learning it with me, it is a huge tool. I've used it so many times since then. If you go into your cloud office and you go into resources, email history, every email since you've been with the company of every promo they've ever launched is in there in order by date. I was like blown away at this, because we're constantly asking what launched on that day. What was that promo? How did it work? So for example, I needed to know when that story was, because I know it was a while ago. So how do I find it? Well, I was like, well, let me just go into my resources and my email history and find out the last time they did a credit promo, and it was launched on October 4th. And so now I can go back to my stories to that time frame between October 4th and probably 14th ish, and find the story that correlates with the message that worked so well last time for me. So treat your business like a business. You have these resources, use them, go back and find what worked well for you in that time frame and reuse it, rebatch that. So that I kept meaning to say that on a training about the email history, and I kept forgetting, and I cannot believe I had no idea that was there.
Yeah, my mind was blown when you told me that. I was like, oh, wow, so much searching, so much time wasted searching for things. So on that same searching topic, this is one thing I was talking to Haas about earlier too, is one thing that I do when this promo drops, and the reason I stress, posting to contact. So when people even like your stuff that you're posting, and I'll go into, why I like selling on social media, but continuously posting as well. If you go to your messenger and you type in that search bar, like let's say you were going to search someone's name. So if you pretend you're going to go search me, instead of searching a name, you can type something like sale. If you use that word last time you messaged people for sale, right? And if you type in sale, well, I don't use really that word. I use promo most of the time. If I type in the word promo and I click search and I go down to see more, it's every single conversation I've ever had that I use the word promo in. I do this a lot with my follow-up for birthday messages too, because I know I send out a lot of birthday messages, but sometimes I don't get people who respond. So when I follow up, I type in birthday and I go through all the messages that I've ever had about birthday. And it saves all of them. My dog is crying. Hang on, sorry. He needs to go out. Free Bentley. Okay, so that's just a little good tip too on things that you can, if you're having those conversations, there's something for you to always go back to. And one of the things that I want to remind you, I have on my notes for today too, is this is the importance. So when you're selling on social media, right, and there's a sale that's going on, this is why I try to stress continuously posting consistently on there all the time about life. I'm going to put in the hustle chat something I made a while ago, but it's called Pass the Pepper, Please. And it's 3 PEPPER ideas on things to continuously post with. But like, for example, I was just in San Diego, so it gained a lot of traction to my page because people are always curious when you're going somewhere, what you up to, and lots of likes on stuff. And so what I did yesterday was I engaged with a lot of the people who liked those posts simply by going back to the post, clicking who liked it, and going through and engaging on their page, doing a little 3-2-1 drip. So that when I'm posting about my sales that are going on these next couple days, those people will see more of what I'm doing. And so that also when it does come time to sell on social media, I also do other stuff. They're going to my page and they're not just seeing, and I mean this respectfully, but try not to be the spammy pammy, especially as you're adding new people. If they're coming to your page and they're just seeing sale after sale after sale, and even your continuous customers, what I find that happens is, and you guys can probably say the same thing, is there's those people that are just always waiting for the next sale because they know you have something dropping, right? And so like today I went through and I deleted some old posts that I had from the 50% commission where I was giving away a free box of detox. I was like, let me delete that because I've got something else going on now, right? And sometimes I go through and I'm like, okay, maybe I need to delete my 12 days of Christmas. I deleted all those because I didn't want people going back to those and only coming to my page and only seeing the sale stuff, right? So I'm going to share this Pass the Pepper graphic in the team page, just kind of so you can get some different ideas on in between your selling posts, ideas that will help you just grow and build engagement. But I can't stress to you guys enough, when you're posting, post to contact. When people are engaging in your stuff and they're liking it, don't just go, oh, wow, Carol liked my post. That's great. Awesome. Message Carol. And it can be something as simple as, I love doing the ones where, like, especially when people like my lives, if they don't even comment, but they just like a live, I message them and I shoot them a message saying, hey, thanks for showing support on my live. I really appreciate it. Just something like that. Or thanks for hopping on my live. I really appreciate it, with like heart. That way I'm always contacting. I'm not just using my posts to, oh, cool, Jojo liked my post, awesome, or my reel. I always post to contact. Always. I'm always going back to the likes, the comments, and contacting those people, especially because they're the people who are engaging in what you have going on. So you really should show them some love too, but it's a great way. And that's why I really love that story watchers. Oh, it must be too cold for him. Sorry. Come on. Come on. Full of snow. But that's why I like that story watcher reach out, because I love going back to people who consistently watch my stories and just saying something simple as, hey, thanks for watching my stories. Are you a cheerleader or are you interested in learning more about Thrive? Y'all know I get right to the point, but it's about the contact, because I know that a lot of people are excited about posting and about getting things out or about the views on their reels, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But if we're not getting anything from it or doing anything about it, it's just kind of pointless. It's kind of like you're just throwing things in the air and you're like, ooh, yay, cool, I got a bunch of views. Views mean nothing. I mean, I hate to say that, but they mean nothing. A lot of my videos that have like 200 views, I'll get like a comment from someone saying, I want to try it. That's more important to me than having 15,000 views with no comments or no likes, right? Because at least I've got someone here that was interested and wants to try it. So try to detach yourself from that and how you can post to contact more, especially during this time of sale. So, wow, how's it already 9 o'clock? As you're selling, okay, this is my biggest tip for you guys this next 5 days that we have, as you continue to sell with this sale, try to use as many pictures of you as possible. I know the graphics that Jess made are great. I love them. I use them in my stories, or I use them in the comments of a post, but I have no idea why. It just works better when there's a picture of you. Even if it's a picture of you holding sculpt, a picture of you holding balance. Or Rowanna did a really good one of a picture of her holding the promo, where it said promo $25. You can do something very simple. Take a picture of you like this, and you can go to Canva or to WordSwag or PicCollage, wherever, and put that right above your hand. Something about just having a picture of you, though, that's going to make people stop for a second and see what you're talking about, versus if you just have a spammy post. So the reel I want to share with you guys today, you know, and I think there's a way, actually, if I go on my Instagram, I can just send it in the chat. The reel I have for you guys today, and Kristen, you weren't here, but I was like, Kristen already used it, so that's okay. It is a trending sound. So by that, it just means there is an arrow going up on it. And we've been doing the reels for a good 2-3 weeks now. So I have faith that you guys will find that this one isn't as hard. I used words So it's a little lip syncing. I did. You don't have to do that though. If you feel like you can't match it up, you don't have to do that. You can just point. But it is the one, have you ever tried this? No. Well, why don't you try it? And so I don't know why I just had to say it in Southern accent, but I did. So what I want you guys to do, oh, I can share to Messenger. So I'm going to share it with you guys here. You got a week to do this. So even if it doesn't turn out, yes, I saw you did that one, Kristen. As soon as I saw her do that, I was like, oh, she did it already. You got a week to kind of tweak and work with it. Again, you can always, like what I like to do is I'll do it a couple times and I'll save it to my drafts. And I really go based off the one that I like the most. So if it takes you a couple times to do it in a draft, that's perfectly fine. The reason I also save them to the drafts a lot of the time, it's going in the Hustle and Grow chat, is because sometimes I'll think that, oh, this one's not that good. Let me record it again. And then I can't get it as good as I actually had the first time. So save your drafts because yeah, sometimes you'll be like, I should have saved that one because it was better than all of the other ones, but I didn't. But again, remember, you can just like point to a patch, or you could have, you know, the 3 steps. I would recommend using the Thrive in this because it's a great way to talk about the product. And it's saying, you know, have you ever tried this? No, you don't have to lip sync it though. You could just point, you could just have the stuff up. Try your best to have you in there. I think that's one of the most important parts too, is having you right on the screen. Oh, Jojo, you did it too. Yay. I love it. So yes, you can go grab ideas from people. My biggest tip too, when you're doing this one, is to use the timer, because that will help give you time. The timer is a little clock on the side on the bottom right. I think I talked about it in the first training we did on Wednesdays. If you go back to the YouTube channel, but the little timer will help you. So you can set the phone down. It'll go 3, 2, 1, and then you can start and the sound will start. And then one of the other things that I do that helps me, so if you want to say the words with it, and it helps me a lot, I literally say the words out loud. I don't lip sync it. I say it out loud. I don't know. It just tends to match my mouth better when I'm actually saying it versus if I'm trying to just like, I always look like a Japanese movie. Like my mouth is not lined up with the words when I do that. So
mine did that yesterday. Sydnee. I did a reel and it was really good on Instagram, but when I converted it over to Facebook, the Facebook reels, someone commented, one of my friends commented that it sounded like a Japanese movie. I was like, how did that happen?
That's great. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's because Facebook too is still getting up with it. They're still getting with it, so be patient with them. But yes, remember that too, is once you post it on Instagram, all you have to do is go back to your feed, save it to your camera roll, and it can be posted on your Facebook Reels, which is not the same as your Facebook page though. And I talked about this a little bit last week, but when you do a reel, it's going to always show up on your Instagram feed. When you do it on Facebook, it shows up in a different spot. So that's why I try to remind myself too, to don't forget to post on Facebook, because your reels show up in a different spot on Facebook and not everybody's kind of there yet. So don't forget to post on Facebook. If you have questions about the reels, please drop them in the Hustle and Grow chat so that we can bounce off each other, because I'm sure lots of people will have similar questions. Sharing is caring. If there's something that you find that works best for you, I know that we're all different walks of life, so I'm always happy and open to helping. For messenger event, do you think this would be helpful to get attention? The reel, Rebecca? Oh yeah, definitely. I'm very curious to know how your event goes tonight too. Please share. That looks really cool. One of the rules of lip syncing is whispering with it. Yeah, that's why I like to say it out loud. And it helps me learn it a lot faster. So hopefully this was helpful to you. Go out, get Thriving in people's hands with this incredible sale we have going on, you guys. Just remember, just like anything else, Target, Kohl's, CVS, you know, extra bucks. Whenever I get extra bucks, I find myself in CVS needing to spend it because it's like, it's money, it's free money. I gotta use it. So remember to provide value to people so that they will use what we have to offer. Jess is going live in the team page right after this, so hop in and watch. I'll see you guys tonight, 7 p.m.